This is my baby, y'all. I love him so much. Y'all think he look like me? You look like mama? Yeah. Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in my last video, I told y'all I was going to give you guys a story time. Dang. I told you I was going to give y'all a story time about, or just not even story time, just my labor and delivery story. So that's what I'm about to do. I had my son July 19th, 2019 at 6:04 p.m. Okay, so his name is Kace Jeremiah. It's Kace, not Casey. It's one syllable, Kace. He was born 6 pounds 7 ounces, and he was 19 inches long, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But no, that's my baby. He is the joy of my world. He is so sweet. He's so funny. Like, he is literally me and his daddy mixed in one. Okay, but yeah, let me just tell you guys a little bit about how that happened. So basically, it was, so I had him on a Friday, okay? Keep that in mind. So it was Thursday, okay? And I had work. But at this time, y'all, I was doing so much, okay? Y'all know I was in school full time. At this point, I was doing an internship, which was the last thing I had to do for school. And then I was still working. But I was so far along in my pregnancy. Y'all know I'm in the military, so I believe once you hit the third trimester, you can start going to half days. So that's what I was on. I was on half days. And so my schedule would be, I would come to work, I would go to work first from 7:30 to 12, which is around lunchtime. Then after lunch, I would go to my internship, which was, I go to school, I go to school for social work. So my internship was working at it was a nonprofit, and I was working at Purchased Not for Sale, and it was just basically a home for women who have been sex trafficked or any type of sex industry, have been pimped out, things like that. I worked with them, and I want to work with women and children. I'm actually going for my master's now, and it's social work with the direct practice and families and children, stuff like that. So yeah, I was going there after, so I had a lot on my plate. And then I still did makeup on the side at MB Beauty Bar. And yeah, I was still preparing for a child. I had all that going on. So it was a Thursday. I had already did my internship and my job. So me and my baby daddy just met up at my house, and we was just chilling. I was just like, oh my God, like, after I was like, oh, my stomach is cramping. And then I was just like, oh, this is weird. Like, it literally was so hard. My stomach would get rock hard, and then like it would tense up and get rock hard, and then it would just stop. But it didn't hurt. It was just like very, very uncomfortable. So he left, and I had to go to Envy because we had a meeting to get to. So the meeting was just about, I had actually had a client, and then I had a meeting to go to. So I did my client, and the whole time I was doing my client, I was just, my stomach just kept tensing up, and it was like rock hard, and it would get loose. And like, I'm doing makeup, so sometimes I have to bend over, and I was on my client, she was like, oh my God, your stomach is so hard. I'm like, I know. I was like, it doesn't hurt though. And the girl who works next to me, my homegirl Kima, she was saying, maybe you're having contractions. And I was like, I don't think so. Because my due date was August 6th. This is my first baby, okay? So I'm thinking that I'm having my baby in August. It says August 6th, I'm going to have my baby. And people always say your first child is always overdue. You always go over the time for your first child. So I'm like, oh, I'm having this baby in August. Child. And it was only, at this day was Thursday, July 18th, and I was only 37 weeks in 2 days. So I was just like, it's not time. I'm not having contractions right now. But then after, it just kept happening. So Kimmy was like, let's just time them. So we timed them, and I believe they were about 10 minutes apart at this time. And I was like, see, this ain't nothing. Like, I'm not gonna go to the doctor. And we was joking around and stuff, and I'd be like, y'all, it'd be funny if I had this baby tonight. And we just all laughed it off, because I'm like, I ain't having this baby tonight, y'all. So after that, I went home, and it just kept happening. It just kept happening, but I'm still not thinking nothing of it. So I remember I had called my mama and my sister on FaceTime, and we were talking, and my daddy actually was moving back to Dallas. So he was on the road, I believe. He was on the road when I talked to my mom and my sister. So, and I stay in Louisiana, for y'all who don't know. I stay in Shreveport. Well, Bossier City, Shreveport area or whatever. So my daddy was on his way to Dallas already, because he had to get some stuff done to his car first at the DMV, and y'all know the DMV be taking forever. So he was going at night so that he could be at the DMV in the morning. So I was just telling my mama, I was just like, girl, like, it just keeps getting really, really tight or whatever. And so my mama was flying to to Louisiana, because she was gonna be there in the room when I had Kace. So I was just like, you might have to come early, because I believe she was going to come like, what, August 1st or something like that. But I was just like, I don't know, Mama, you might have to come early the way I'm feeling or whatever. She was like, girl, you fine. And I was like, yeah, you right, I'm fine or whatever. And we was just talking, and I just remember she kept saying, girl, you better not have that baby. You better not have that baby till I get here. I'm like, shit, I'm trying. But so yeah, we had talked, and that was that. I don't even think I told my baby daddy how I was feeling. He knew before he had left. I was just like, oh, I'm just cramping, you know. So then the next day, well, that night, I was going to sleep because I was still working, and I wasn't going to stop going to work until I had the baby. So it was that night, and I just was laying down, and I was just feeling so uncomfortable, y'all. Like, y'all do not know how uncomfortable I was feeling. I was feeling so damn uncomfortable. Okay. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I cannot sleep. But like I said, it did not hurt at all. I just was like, I would just be like, ooh. And then I would be tossing and turning, and I just could not get comfortable. Like, that night, I probably only slept like in intervals of like 5 to 10 minutes, because I kept waking up. I could not get comfortable at all. Like, I just was like tossing and turning, and I just was like, what the hell? So then a whole night of me tossing and turning turns into the damn next morning, and it was like 5 in the morning. I was just like, fuck it, I guess I ain't going to sleep. So I just was on my phone, and it just was getting worse and worse, but it wasn't hurting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was honestly like a period cramp, right? But kind of less pain. Like, a period cramp hurt more for me than these contractions were hurting. It was just very uncomfortable. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. It was uncomfortable. It was not the worst pain in my life, like everyone says. It just was uncomfortable. So I just I called my daddy, and I was like, Daddy, where you at? And he was like, he's almost in Dallas at this point. And I was just like, okay. I was just like, I'm just not, I don't know, Daddy. And I was explaining to him how I was feeling. He was like, okay, get off the phone with me and start timing them. And I'm like, all right. So I started timing them, and they were like 4 minutes apart at this time. It was 5 or 4 minutes. And I called him back, and I told him. He was like, girl, you need to call the doctor. And I'm like, Daddy, she is not even open right now, because, like, so the clinic that I was going to didn't open till 8:30, but of course the emergency room stuff was still open. But I didn't want to take the chance of somebody else delivering my baby. So I was just like, she's not open. So my daddy was like, girl, call the damn doctor. And I was just like, okay, Daddy. So then I hung up the phone with him, and I just laid in bed, and I was still feeling away, but I didn't call my doctor. And so then I called my mama next. Yeah, I called my mama next, and I was telling her, and then I was like, Daddy telling me to call the doctor and stuff, and she was like, no, you can't have the baby without me. And I was just like, Mama, I'm not about to have this baby. I'm not gonna call that doctor. And then she was like, just keep timing them. So it was 5 minutes first, and then this time it was 4 minutes. So I called her back and I told her, she was like, you might need to call the doctor, and I'm gonna start looking up flights so that I can get there now or whatever. So I'm like, okay. And I'm still not gonna call the doctor. I'm just like, okay, like y'all doing the most. Cause I really, my baby's a Cancer. I wanted my baby to be a Leo. I did not want no Cancer, cause Cancers, forgive me if y'all are Cancer, but y'all are some damn crybabies, okay? Y'all cry all the damn time, and I don't have time. I cannot stand a crying kid, okay? I cannot stand that. So I'm like, I do not want no Cancer. I want my baby to be a Leo. I don't even care if you were born August 1st, Kace, but can you just come? Can you just not come until August? So I'm like, I'm not gonna call a doctor. Then my daddy calls me back. He was like, did you call a doctor? And I was like, not yet, or whatever. I'm scared of my daddy, y'all. But I'm like, not yet, daddy. And then he was like, Tay, you need to call a doctor. Like, he was a Marine, so he got that whole little thing about him. I'm like, okay, daddy, I'm about to call the doctor. And he was like, I'm not playing. I'm like, okay. So then I'm still laying in bed. And then I call my best friend, Cochran. And I'm like, girl. And I'm telling her, I'm like, girl, I just feel so uncomfortable. I haven't slept all night. Like, I don't think I'm about to go to work. And I was like, my daddy talking about call the doctor. And she was like, girl, call the damn doctor. And I was just like, oh my God. So then I hang up the phone with her, and what y'all think I did? I did not call the doctor. So I'm still timing them, and honestly at this point they're like 3 minutes apart. So I'm like, damn, it's getting kind of real. So then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go into work. So then I called my job, and I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna go to the doctor. And then they're like, all right, just let us know what's going on. I'm like, all right. So then the next thing I did, so the night before I went to bed, I took a shower, and I had washed my hair because I had a hair appointment that day, y'all. So I'm like, I'm not about to go to the hospital looking like this. And one thing my baby daddy said was, Tay, please do not go in here looking rough, please. I'm like, boy, please, I'm getting my hair done. Hell, I might do my makeup in there or whatever, but I did not plan on going in there looking rough. But so I text her because my hair appointment, at this point it's like 6 in the morning, almost 7, and my hair appointment was at 10. So I text her because I know she'd be up already, and I think she had an 8 o'clock appointment. So I'm like, hey girl, her name Princess. And so I was like, Princess, can you please do my hair, girl? I cannot go looking like this. Like literally all I did, I washed my hair and I blow dried it. I didn't flatter it, I didn't do nothing. I put it in a bun on top of my head. Like I was ready to get up and go get my hair done. But it was just, I couldn't. And she was like, I'm not about to do your hair while you're in labor. And I'm like, Princess, please, girl, please. And she was like, I can't. I was just like, oh my God, you are so trifling. You cannot have me going looking like this, girl. Like, I don't even want to show y'all what I was looking like. Just imagine how your mama looked when she had you back in the day. Like, that's how I was looking, a hot ass mess. Okay, I was looking a hot ass mess. So she said no, and then I was just like, oh my God. So I'm like, all right, let me just call this damn doctor. So then I called the doctor. Well, I called the emergency room. Well, I don't know if you guys call doctors or whatever after hours, but if you call after hours, they have after hour people to talk to you, especially if you're pregnant or whatever. So I called them, and then after hours answering service answered. And then I told them, they were like, how are you feeling? And I was telling them how I was feeling. And then they were like, okay, how far are your contractions? And at this point, they were 3 minutes. Oh, he's waking up. So I'm like, they're like, you should have been at the doctor. You should have called us a long time ago. You need to get up here now. So I'm like, okay. So then I called my baby daddy, and I told him, I was like, hey, we need to go to the doctor. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have this baby, but we need to go. And I kid you not, to me, it felt like this man got here in like 10 minutes. And in the morning, my house from base is 25 minutes at least, and if it's traffic it could take up to 30 minutes. I know for me to get to work on time I have to leave 40 minutes early, just to get, you know, handle the traffic and all that stuff. But he got here in like 10 minutes and I had to poop. Like, I just felt like I had to poop so bad. So I had called my daddy and I was like, oh daddy, I'm still feeling like this, but I gotta poop. He was like, you gotta what? And I was like, I have to poop. I'm about to go poop. He was like, do not go poop, Tay. I was like, why not? If you feel like you have to poop, that means you about to have the baby. I'm like, daddy, I'm not about to have the baby. I will call you back. And he was like, just make sure you take a shower after, before you go to the hospital. I'm like, okay daddy, duh. I'm not finna go. I'm not finna not take a shower after I poop and then go to the doctor and have my legs wide open so I can smell shitty. So I'm like, okay, or whatever. So y'all, this is the worst part to me. This was the worst part. I had to poop so bad, so I'm sitting here trying to poop and it was like this is TMI, it's disgusting, but it was literally the biggest turd I've ever seen in my life, okay? And I could not get it out. Like, I was crying because I was having contractions. So I'm having contractions and I'm trying to push this big ass turd out. Like, it was to the point where I had like both of my hands on the wall and I'm like bouncing up and down. And I'm like bouncing up and down trying to get it out, but it was not coming out. And then it finally came out and it was like boom. It was like boom. And it went in and then I just felt relieved. Looking back on it now, I've always heard that you'll have to clean out your system before you have the baby. Naturally it happens. So y'all, this turd was so big I could not flush the toilet. I had to take a plunger and like break it down. Okay, I'm gonna stop telling you, that's too much. But yeah, so I pooped, I got in the shower, and then by the time I got in the shower I was getting dressed, then my baby daddy came in the house. So I was like, I don't feel like I'm about to have this baby. You don't have to get the bags or nothing like that. I was like, or just get the bag, you don't have to get the car seat. He was like, okay. So I'm still taking my time, and then we ended up getting to the hospital around 9. I believe it's around 9. And so we didn't bring the car seat, we didn't do nothing. And I was just like, honestly, you could probably leave the bag in here, in my hospital bag. Oh, and I had put my hospital bag literally together that night, the night before, because I was just bored and I was like, I might as well put this together. So yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that. So that's the bag I meant he didn't have to get. I'm like, you don't really have to get that bag. So we go in, you know, we check in, and then I'm still having contractions. So like we take some steps and then I'll stop and let the contraction pass, just because it's really, really uncomfortable, but I promise y'all it wasn't hurting. So then I do all that. We get up to the room, I change, I put on the little gown, and then I get up there and then they check my cervix or whatever. And at this point I was 3 centimeters dilated. So flashback to Wednesday, because it's Friday, but every Wednesday is my doctor's appointment, checkup or whatever, and they'll check to see how far I am. And I was only 1 centimeter dilated, but when they checked me on Friday, I was 3 centimeters dilated and I was 90% E-phase. So I don't think you're in active labor until you're 4 centimeters dilated. And normally they'll send you back, but because I was 90% E-phase. E-phase just means that your cervix is thinning out. Okay, so I was 3 centimeters dilated and I was 90% E-phase. So they told me, no, you're having this baby today, we're not going to send you back home. I guess because my cervix was already so thinned out, because you got to be 10 centimeters dilated and 100% E-phase, I believe, whatever. So I'm like, oh shit, like honestly y'all, first off, I didn't even believe I was pregnant. So the fact that I'm really about to have this baby and I wasn't ready. Like, luckily I made the bag the night before, so I just was like, okay, go back home, because my house from the doctor's office is like 7 minutes away, probably 5 minutes honestly. So he goes back to the house, he gets the car seat, my bag, and the baby's bag. and he brings it back or whatever, and we're just chilling. And my dad is still trying to get here. And my mom she done bought her plane ticket, took off work, all that is on her way too. So I don't want to have this baby until I wanted my mom, my dad, and my baby daddy in the room. I don't want to have this baby until they're in. But, you know, I was progressing pretty quickly. Like I went there at 9, I had him at 6. And I still, like I said, y'all, I wanted my doctor to deliver my baby, and her shift ended at 7, I believe. I think they're 7 to 7, something like that. So I was just like, okay. And my nurse, because I really liked, honestly, I loved all the nurses, but I really liked this particular nurse. So, and her shift ended at 7 too. So it's around 5:50 or whatever, and I'm feeling like I have to push. They had just checked my cervix, and then they came to check on me again, and I was just like, oh, I gotta push. And they're like, oh, you're fine. I was like, no, honestly, I have to push. Like, it just felt like something was sitting in between my legs, and the only way I can get it out was by pushing, which in essence is what it was. And so they're like, just wait for the doctor here. And I was like, y'all don't understand, I have to push. And then they're like, okay, call your dad. So I call my dad, and then he's like almost here, but it's like everything, the odds were against him coming, because he was in traffic, a wreck happened, all that, so he could not get to me. So my baby dad was like, okay, you don't have time to wait, like, come on. And I was just like, all right. So then the doctor comes in, they drop the bed, and y'all, I kid you not, like, as soon as they dropped the bed and we put my legs in the little stirrups, me and my baby daddy's relationship flashed before my eyes in like 10 seconds. Like, our whole relationship from the first day we met to this moment right now, like, it just flashed before my eyes. And I was just like, I cannot believe I'm really about to push a baby out of my vagina. So they're like, okay, they teach me how to push, they tell me how to push or whatever, and then so I started pushing. And so when you push, it's one set of pushing is like 3 reps of pushing. So three reps of pushing equals 1 push. So I did that 3 times. I believe I started pushing maybe at like 5:55, something like that. And I did it 3 times, and my baby came out. And it was very easy. Like, honestly, I had the best pregnancy ever. I was hardly sick at all. Never was really in pain, nothing like that. I had an amazing pregnancy, and then I had a super easy delivery, and I was just like so shocked. Like, literally the first thing I said after I pushed him out and they laid him on me, I was like, damn, I guess I really was pregnant. Cause I really, for some reason, I just could not believe I was pregnant. Even to this moment right now, it just does not seem real. Like, I look at my baby all the time. I'm about to go get him so I can see him. But I look at my baby all the time. I'm just like, I cannot believe I'm your mother. Like, I just don't feel like he is mine. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's just so crazy that I can love something so much, y'all. Like, I love my son. So I've never loved anything as much as I love my baby boy. Like, he's just so perfect in every way. He's so beautiful. He's a very beautiful boy. And I'm not just saying that because he's my child, but it just, honestly, like, when I seen him laid on my chest, I didn't cry. But it was a very emotional and surreal moment. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It was like, honestly, an out-of-body experience for me. I honestly don't even remember my baby daddy cutting the cord or none of that. It was just amazing. Like, it didn't hurt. My back was hurting because I ended up having back labor, but it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever done in my life, and I cannot wait to do it again. I honestly want like 6 more kids, but my baby daddy only will allow us to have 1 more. So I don't know, man. Like, being a mother is like the best thing I have ever done in my life. honestly. Look, Bubba. This is my baby. Look. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Let's say hi. Look, Bubba. You see the camera? Say hi. Hi. Hey. This is my son. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. This is my baby, y'all. I honestly, like, I love you so much, son. I really do. Like, he's, yeah, tell him, Dada. What you want to tell him? Say, Mama. Mama. He loves saying Dada. He be saying Mama. He can say Mama, Dada, Baba, Papa, and Nana or Nana. He shakes his head no. Oh, he got 2 teeth. Can you show them the teeth? Can you show them the teeth? Can you show them the teeth? Show them the teeth. Show them the teeth. Anyways, y'all, he is 9 months. He is very smart. He's very handsome. He's so beautiful. He has a beautiful spirit, a beautiful personality. I pray over my son every night. He's going to be something in life, and he is honestly the best thing that has ever happened to me. His hair looking kind of crazy right now. I need to wash it and stuff, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Say bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Anyways, thank you guys again. Bye-bye.